when Doreen finished her first draft, so we now knew the characters that we wanted, and there was only this one non-singing role, that of this journalist. And
Yes.
so we said, right, who would be a voice that the second you heard it could capture you and bring you as the listener into our world of the War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a particularly big list, maybe 3, 4 names at the most, but Richard was first and foremost because his voice really was pure magic, so mellifluous. It was like a musical instrument in its own way. And
Yes.
what I call the rub of the green happened. We had some friends that had been on holiday in New York and had come back and come over for dinner just to catch up, and mentioned they had been to New York and seen Richard Burton in a play called Equus, and how
Right.
brilliant he was. And there we are with our little list, and we hadn't yet made contact with anybody. And, easy to make a list. Now, how do you find the person, much less get that person interested? Of course, managers and agents. But now that I heard that Richard was appearing in this play in New York at the Plymouth Theater, I believe, I thought, okay, let's not ever forget we were in still the very much non-digital age. So there
Of
was
course.
no emails, no Google, nothing like that.
No.
Postage stamp on an envelope. And I wrote him a letter introducing myself, explaining what I was trying to do as a composer and a producer with the War of the Worlds, and attached in this little care package, Doreen's first draft of the script. And I said, please, would you consider being our journalist? And I sent it to the stage door of the theater and hoped that he would be handed my little care package by the stage doorman, and then waited. And I was very realistic in my own view. I said, what's the odds that he'll even come back to me if he gets handed my package in the first place? But to my amazement, and I'm having dinner with my father and Doreen about the War of the Worlds 3 or 4 nights later, and a man named Robert Lance rang me from New York. He was Richard's personal manager. And after introducing himself, he said, Richard's considered your letter and the script. He loves the idea. Count him in, dear boy. Those exact words.